Welcome back to the channel. It's been almost a couple of weeks, so I want to keep you updated so you don't think I've disappeared, and I don't want to lose you. Now, these high-speed trains are not everybody's cup of tea, so I just want to say to all of you friends that do come over and support me, leave comments and thumbs and everything, I really do appreciate it. Okay, so look at the AGV. This has just had the masking tape removed. It's still in the raw silver. There's been no panel lines or cleaning up and lacquering yet, but very pleased with that. That's also had the pantograph transplant, so you can see that that's gone on really well. This window on the back door, I'm going to do something separate with those. I've had mixed results trying to copy the window that was there. Remember, these windows are decals. You can see there, you can barely see that there are frames there, but they are there. So it's been very difficult to mask up and spray around these decal windows. The fact that they're not, the decals are not actually 100% accurate makes things harder. Here you can see the test piece that I've done. That was the driving unit that I cut the back away to do the cut and shut for the extra passenger car. That is this one here. You can see that the window is shorter there because there was a door and a panel line there. Well, the door and the actual glue line, so I've got rid of that with milliput and very fine sandpaper. Anyway, what you may notice is that this one is slightly darker. I changed the colours again. The cellulose undercoat, the matte black, kind of came through when I put the gloss, the matte lacquer on there, and I really like this colour, but it's very gunmetal, so I decided to try for something lighter, a bit closer to the original. I'll show you a picture of the original. Again, these windows, I'm going to do something with them, but I'm really pleased with that. Really pleased. A quick look then at the Overraptor, the H440 that I'm making. This was the Hornby Junior, and I've finally got the design I'm looking for in this piece. This section actually goes up and blends in with the roof. There's a tiny, very small lift in there, and the windscreen will be all the way out to here, just inside this line. So I finally got those curves that I was looking for. Been working on this. It's still a work in progress. 80% of what I want. I'm going to change this piece here. I'm not quite happy with that. This is the roof aerofoil section. So that sits on there like that, and it's modelled to fit exactly central to these passenger cars, these coaches. So you have a rounded, very rounded edge there, and this kind of lift up at the back. The original idea was to put some 45 degree, some 90 degree pipes and tubes and electrics in there. But let me see, I have a rough one here. It's when I put them together, they do need some refinement. Yeah, it's when I put them together, I'm not really sure that I like the way that they drop down like that. I feel that it should keep going at that level, go up and then straight across rather than dropping down. And it's still a bit chunky, it looks a bit cartoony. So I need to just refine these lines, get it really snug, and then when this is finished I'll be scoring all the panel lines and rivets and that into this to really bring it into, you know, make it more realistic. But also a similar piece, it's going to be essentially the same piece, but I have to remodel the underneath, and this is going to be cut out because I need one to go on to the driving unit, so like that. That's going to go on to there, and then that will join up with one on the passenger car, and that will be both ends. So there'll be one of these on the two end units and one behind on each first passenger coach. So there'll be 4 of these, and if I'm running a long train then I may do a section with 2 of those in the middle. So on this one, because this is a hydrogen powered train, it's going to be the first high speed hydrogen powered train. In there on this one I'm going to install the fuel tanks, so that will contain the fuel tanks in there. So in here, these are the fuel cells, and they're going to sit inside there. Let me just get a few of these ready and I'll show you. So they will be sitting in there. They'll be in on a curve, so there'll be 3 across and 4 along. I wanted to get 4 across, but that's it. That needs to be just refined a little bit more, but there'll be 3 rows of these in a kind of a curve inside this section, following this curve, and they represent the hydrogen fuel cells, the tops of the cylinders, the cooling part with the fans on. Show you the master for the hydrogen fuel cells. It's actually a rectangle of millipup which I cast in these popsicle sticks. Originally I was doing 4 or 5 at a time and making them up as I go, but it was very difficult to get these to sit nice. So I've managed to get one that I really liked, and I've used the good old blue stuff to just make multiple copies and then fill them with millipup to get me the ones that I just showed you. If you're still here and you're still watching, you may want to join me for my favourite part of this process, removing the masking. Always my favourite time. Actually on that one I forgot to mask this small piece here. There's some overspray, but the weathering and the black will pick that up. Let's see how we got on here. That's nice. Decided to keep that black. Okay, this is now either the best time or a heartbreak. Let's see how we got on with this. Oh, that's great. That's perfect. Absolutely perfect. The other side, very careful not to scratch the decal. So I get the knife under and then I lift away from the model. I'm not cutting in because I will scratch. Wow. It just shows you that you get better, don't you? From the first one to the last one. Well, okay, let's hope I haven't spoke too soon. Need to get under there to lift that up. What I'll do is, while I'm here, I'll do that one, and if I can, I'll get under to do that one. Holds breath. Very nice. Tiny wiggle there, but there's nothing that can't be just very gently touched up with a paintbrush before the lacquer goes on. See this one? Fantastic. And you'll see that they are absolutely perfectly lined up. Okay, onto this front now. This is a difficult one because this curve here is very difficult with the masking. Let's have a look. Oh, perfect. This side. Yeah. Okay. The top. Wow, yeah. Look at that. It just looks so good. It looks mean. It looks really mean. Okay, and now the tiny Alstom decal. This was already on here, and I wanted to try to preserve that because I don't have access to. Okay, so that's these two ready now for the panel lining and the lacquer. So there's a 5-cast set. So I need to spray the other 2 coaches to get the 7-cast set. Then that's done. I can work on the canopies and then I can crack on with the electrics. So I think that's all for now. I've tried to keep this not too long. Thank you very, very much for watching this, and thanks as always for your support. If you're new and you like what I've done here and what I'm doing and you want to see more, please give the channel some support. Give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, and it will be much appreciated. In the meantime, all the best.